Hi guys, so I'm back with another video based on a foundation review slash first impressions. I've already tried this foundation, but I tried it on a wrong day. I tried it when I was really sick and I was congested, sneezing everywhere, boogers flying. Yeah. So I wanted to refilm this and do it the right way when I'm not sick. So I'm feeling much better, and thank you so much guys for your concern and messaging me on Instagram, Snapchat, etc. I really appreciate it, and you guys have been really keeping me up, you know, besides me being sick as well. I've been having issues with my depression, so I'm feeling a lot better now, so I'm like really pumped to film now. The foundation is by Jouer, and this is their Essential High Coverage Cream Foundation, and this is the packaging. It's really big, and I love the gold packaging, and it's like you could see yourself through this a little bit, you know. So it says it's hyaluronic acid and matte. It's oil free and triple. It says in the back that it's supreme coverage, lightweight, and long wear. Essential high coverage cream foundation creates an impeccable airbrush matte finish instantly. Simply smooth a small amount on the concentrated formula onto the skin with Jouer's Essential Precision Foundation Brush. I don't have that. And buff to reveal your perfect complexion. I got mine in the shade, where is it? I'm gonna just look in the packaging. I got mine in the shade Fawn, and this is how it looks. It's very, very pretty. The only thing I don't like about this is the top, because you can get your fingerprints on it and it gets dirty really quickly. And I like the frosted packaging, and it comes with a pump. This is how it looks, and I like that it comes with a pump, of course. The thing about that is that you can't really see the actual shade because it's so frosted and it's blurred out, so you're not going to be able to tell what your shade is unless you go to their website and you look up the undertones of that foundation. And it's hard when it's not in stores, so you have to like kind of eyeball it, you know. I felt like the shade Fawn was a little too light for me, but I'm gonna try it out anyways and then just kind of cover it with bronzers and everything like that. So we're gonna just try it out. I just want to see the formula and how long it lasts throughout the day. I'm gonna do it like how a ordinary person would do it, like from a 9 to 5. So I'm gonna do it for almost the whole entire day and then come back like in the late evening. So right now it's 2:31 p.m. I'm pretty late with this. Usually people do it in the morning time, but it's still a wear test for me, like whatever time it is. So I'm gonna do the full 9 hours. So that's probably gonna be like around 11 o'clock, almost 12 o'clock. I'm not gonna apply any primer. I'm gonna use a Real Techniques blending sponge, and then on the other side I'm going to use a foundation brush. I'm going to use the Morphe M439 brush, and it's like this. It's like this big old synthetic blending brush for your face. So I'm going to use this on one side and then the sponge on the other side. I did do my skincare routine, and my skin is very dry right now, so I had to add oils and stuff like that. So I hope it's not going to interfere with the foundation, but it says it's a matte, so if it picks up on my dry patches, I'm going to be upset. I did exfoliate, so it's really runny, as you can see. It reminds me of the Fenty. Like, it runs really, really, really quickly than some foundations. Okay, so I should have just did one side first instead of leaving this over here. So I'm going to use this one right here, and I'm going to add a little bit of some primer. It's like a water primer, but this stuff is heavy duty, dude. Like, okay, it like covered up half my side of my face, like really good. Okay, it matched me perfectly. That's awesome. I look weird. Half my face is like... Okay. So that is how it looks. You see the big difference. Now I'm going to do it with this side. I'm going to do it like probably flat like this. And my sponge is damped. I don't like how the sponge is like moving the product as I'm going with this, because it's like it will get everywhere and it's not blending really well. I prefer the brush instead. You see the difference? Like this is like fully on, all covered, and this one, it looks like it's blotchy. So I'm gonna go in with a second pump. I mean, it's already kind of like medium to full coverage, but I'm gonna do like half a pump, and I'm gonna do it with a brush on this side instead, because I didn't like how the sponge went on. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna go in with a little bit on my forehead. I want to cover up that scar on my forehead. See how that goes. I'm going to go in with the sponge instead. I know that's how I was going to do it with a brush, but I want to see how it's going to go on again with a second layer. Okay, it didn't go on as bad as I first did the layer. It went on pretty good. I think this oxidizes. Like, not terribly, but I noticed that this side of my face got a little warm. It covered up that scar really, really good. I like that. So that's with 2 pumps. This is how it looks, and it's like full on, full coverage, and I love that. I'm the type of person, I love full coverage, especially like if I'm trying to glam up. It's either full coverage or nothing at all. So let me zoom you guys in so you can see. All right. I still see a little glow. I think that's from the oil, but once I set everything, I think that's when it's going to be completely matte. But I think, in my opinion, just 1 pump or 1.5 pumps will do the job. Because after a while, like when you do like a second pump, it's going to look a little cakey. I noticed that right here, I see a lot of my bumps, but I can't do anything about that because I have no control. When it comes to stuff like that, it just has to naturally go away. But everything else, like this is without primer, by the way, if you were wondering. It covered up really, really good. So I'm going to move on to the rest of my face. So I'm going to be right back with the full face, and you get to see how it looks with everything else on it. Right now it's 3:26 p.m. It's been an hour since I've done my full face. I'm going to talk about the after effects of like applying everything on my face. So I know I'm looking really bold with this lip. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Matte Lipstick in Rage, and I really love this shade. It's so pretty. And with this lipstick, it doesn't make my teeth look yellow since I drink a lot of coffee. So I want to talk about the foundation. It feels lightweight. I don't feel it on my face. Like some foundations feel heavy, like the Kat Von D Lock It Tattoo foundation. That feels heavy on my face, and it's a matte finish. Also, what I noticed is that it didn't move as much when I applied my bronzer, my blush, and everything. So usually when it comes to cream contouring, like it takes a lot of effort for you to blend it out. It depends on the cream and liquid bronzer, but I didn't use a bronzer. I used like a foundation that was really, really dark on me, but it worked as a cream contour. So yay for that. And also I noticed that when I was blending my under eyes, I don't know, it's because I started to tear up a little bit. I think it was the foundation. Like it doesn't do well with like blending any eyeshadow underneath the eye area. I noticed that it started to crease up. Even though I did apply my loose setting powder, it did move a little bit. So when I look down like that, I see the creasing. So I think just the foundation itself, it was a little heavy under the eyes with the concealer, with the powder all together. It just started to crease a little bit. So I don't know, maybe it's the foundation, maybe it's not, I don't know, but I noticed that. I was like, why is it looking like that? I hope it doesn't mess up my under eyes. So that's with that. It did not move. It oxidized just a little bit. It's not bad. It matched me pretty well. Like, I'm glad. I thought at first this was not going to match me. I thought it was too light and I would have to add like a darker foundation to kind of make it even, but it actually matches me pretty well. So this is like my winter color. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to come back around 11 o'clock. So definitely stay tuned. Like for me, it's going to take the whole couple of hours, but for you guys, it's going to be like in the next clip. So stay tuned for that. All right. It's like a big jump from the last clip to now. My lipstick is gone. Like literally all it is the lip liner. It's gone. My eyes are watery because I'm like getting better, but I'm still sick. That makes sense. Like I'm recovering from like the bad stages. Now I'm just trying to heal to like really spit everything out. And I'm not sneezing or anything like that, but my eyes do get watery throughout the day, which sucks. I cut my ends. I don't know if you can tell, but my hair is still long, but I had to cut them because whenever I was combing it out, especially at the ends, it was kind of tangly and almost ripping off, and I didn't want to like go that far. So I'm like, I'm just going to cut the ends. It's due to cut them, so I had to do that. All right, so it's been a couple of hours now and I've had it on. I barely did anything today. I just filmed and then I filmed 2 videos today. And then I got a package from Frankie Rose and I'm disappointed because the shade is way too light. I suck at picking foundation shades online. I'm just gonna mix it with another foundation that I had heard good things about, so I'm gonna do that and just mix it. I'm gonna zoom you guys close so you can see the foundation. Hopefully the lighting is not going to, let me see. Okay, so you can see like there's some shine around the T-zone area, which is expected because I have combination skin, but this time around like I'm more dry, but I don't know, like I see some shine there. I don't know what's that on my nose. I don't care. So it did like stay put, but at the same time it looks cakey. Looks cakey, and it's like I can see all the little bumps on my face. I can see my pores, but do you see how it gets cakey around here? All caked up. And here too. It looks nasty around the mouth area, but up here, everything else up here, it looks nice. It looks nice. I don't see the scar on my forehead, like right there, That's where it's at, but you can't see it. You can see the texture, but you can't see the actual redness, which it covered up really, really well. My lipstick looks so disgusting. But you see, like right here, it's breaking up. I didn't apply no primer to this, so maybe that could be the cause of it. But yeah. The foundation's not bad. I think this would be amazing for oily skin. I personally would not try it just matte alone. I would probably just add a little bit of oil. The only matte foundation I can tolerate is the Fenty, only because it's not a full-on matte, it's a semi-matte. Other than that, the coverage to this foundation is amazing. I love full coverage foundations. I don't mind it, and especially when it comes to just going out, I don't mind the full coverage, like medium to full coverage. But if I'm gonna do a full glam, I'm gonna do full coverage. Is this really worth the $38? I had to think about this. I had to think about this all day. I don't think of it like something I would reach for on a daily basis, or it's not a foundation that I would reach for that I would want to wear all the time, like to do my Instagram looks, to do a video for. I don't think it does well on camera, in my opinion. This is just my opinion, because I have combo skin. So it is going to emphasize a lot of my pores and the little scaliness and the bumps around my face. And I don't want a foundation doing that, especially on camera. And I don't think anybody wants that. I feel that there are other foundations out there that can do the same thing as this foundation, especially cheaper. You know, like this is almost $40, and then, you know, getting it on Beautylish, yeah, you're gonna get the free shipping because it's free shipping over $35 and plus. But I don't think that this is the foundation that you're like, yes, I need it. Because I have a lot of other foundations that I've used and that I've tried on, and I've used it for quite some time to where I can say, this is not the foundation for you, or this is the foundation for you for combo skin. I can't talk for oily skin, but I've worked with clients in the past who have oily skin, and when they wear a matte foundation, it's like they love it. But if it's for dry skin, don't even bother. That's what I can say about this. I know some people are going to be like, but what the hell? Like, I wanted to know. You know, I can't really tell you to go run out and get it. Like I said, there's better foundation out there. I'm not saying it's a terrible foundation. It's a great foundation, and this is their first foundation, but I don't think that it's worth for you to go and like spend all your money on this to be like, I have other foundations that are just like this. So this is day 2 of me wearing the foundation, and I can say that it actually looks pretty nice. I'm using a primer. This primer is the Ordinary High Spreadability Fluid Primer, and this is how it looks. And I must say that the primer works really well with this foundation, and it did give me a lot of moisture. I don't know if you can tell. It's been 2 hours since I've worn this foundation, and I really like how this looks. It doesn't look cakey like it did yesterday, and I can say that this foundation, it does get cakey around here. It always tends to do that, but it's cakey around the nose area. Plus, you know, I have allergies. Like, they're not bad allergies, but it's like, it's there, you know, it's a little bit of fluid there. So this is how it looks with the primer and everything. I like it. Way better than yesterday. I suggest you wear a primer, and if you're gonna wear a primer, wear something that's more silicone, or that has a hydrating moisturizer. That's what I prefer, because this right here, bomb. Like, I know I said yesterday that the foundation is like if, you know, like I'm not too sure about it, but with the primer, I'm pretty sure about it. And I can say that it's a really good foundation when it comes to wearing it with a primer. And it does give you a really nice matte finish. But let me zoom you guys out because I'm like talking real closely. Okay, so you probably want to know, again, do I recommend this foundation? I recommend it to people with oily skin especially, but like I said before, it's not a foundation that I'm like, yes, you need to go get it, go run out and spend your money. If you love Jouer and you love their products, then by all means, go buy it. Like, this foundation is not a bad foundation. And on top of that, I mixed it with the Ordinary Coverage Foundation to deepen up the shade because I felt like it was too light. It's not a bad foundation. Like I keep saying, it's not a bad foundation, but is it worth $38? I mean, if you want to go get it, like, I'm not stopping you. It's your money and you do what you want to do with it. But like, it's not a foundation that I will pick up again if I ran out of this one. I hope that totally makes sense to some of you guys. This is like the first foundation where I was like on the fence about it, where I'm like, I'm not even sure like if I want to like tell people to go get it, because like I said, I've had better foundations and they work just as good as this one. Yes, this one gives you a full on coverage. Okay, let's put it like this. If I had to pick this over Kat Von D, I would pick this. You know what I mean? I hope that helped some of you guys. That's all I can say about it. And this is the second day I'm wearing it with the primer, and I prefer it with the primer. So, yeah.